All right, so we're going to just show you a couple of queens,
Okay.
whether you know them or not, but you know their work and you've met them or not met them, but we want to see what you think.
Okay.
We're going to start off with some of the top 4 from season 7.
Okay.
Look at her! Miss Violet Chachki. Oh.
Give it a fan.
Huh?
Here's the shade fan if you need it.
No, this is the thing.
You know when someone's fanning themselves and not snapping the fan, it might be deep.
I like to say the thing is, here's the thing. I even after being on the show, I'm still a fan of the show. So you watch the show like anybody at home who knows nothing about the show, and I know I still have that like information about takes a long time to film, blah 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 blah. Essentially, at first, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm a fan of her because is she just like stuck up or whatever? But then I had to sit back and think, well, weren't people saying that about me for whatever reason?
All right.
But I feel like if anybody thinks she's stuck up or arrogant, she backs it up. She's really.
She looks gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. And
Yeah.
for me, I mean, I feel like if you look good, that's a big part of it. And I recently saw pictures of her out of drag and out of clothes, out of drag.
Oh, right, because at the time of this taping, her pornography film was released.
So I will just say, just between you and me,
Okay, yeah.
I will just
no one else
say,
is listening.
no one's listening. Let me cover up my mic. No one's listening. If my asshole was as beautiful as hers, I would be
Right.
showing it to fucking everybody.
Yes,
Her
bravo.
hole is beautiful. Her hole is beautiful.
Well, if you have a porn and you look great in it, what's the shame?
There is no shame in that
no
game.
shame. Everybody
Honey,
jerks off.
She looks good.
Maybe you just got filmed.
She looks good.
So you go, Violet. Look at her. Ginger Minj.
Yes. Ginger. I like Ginger. I
Yeah.
think Ginger's, she's a live singer.
Yes.
She's a live singer, which takes people far. Because a lot of people like to see drag shows with live singing.
Mm-hmm.
It separates it a bit. It makes it, they connect more to it sometimes. They feel like you're getting their brand,
Right.
as we were saying before. So you're getting that. And I like Ginger. I feel like she's a really cool person. I've only interacted with her a little bit on Facebook. But I like her looks, and I like that she calls herself a glamour toad.
I like it too.
I think that's funny.
We got to have dinner with her in Austin,
funny.
and she was super fun. Hi, Ginger. Hope you're going to come on the show soon.
Any-
Look at her.
Look at her.
Pearl.
Pearl. They keep telling Pearl to wake up. Remember, weren't they saying wake
Yeah,
up, Pearl,
yeah.
wake up, Pearl? But I think those are her bedroom eyes. Because even as
Yeah.
a boy, she has a very sultry look about her.
She does, and when you got them heavy lashes and Lady Red nose, sometimes you look sleepy.
I know. I was gonna actually start doing false lashes because a lot of the girls are doing them. I like to just wear my own.
Oh.
But I want to try making up like the girls do, and some lipstick.
You should try it sometime instead of this bare face.
I
can't
know,
believe you just
and maybe they'll put me on the-
rolled out of bed and showed up like
They
they
might,
barely
they
brushed
might
her
put me on the
hair.
drag race, honey.
I saw a video of Pearl performing, and she was doing some really interesting, weird, turn-down vocal song. and
Ooh.
It was very interesting.
I think I just saw this yesterday on Facebook or this morning. Is this the one you're talking
Yeah, the one
about?
at Parliament House where she's like.
Oh,
it's like a
no, I saw
low-
her in San Antonio.
I'm sure it's probably
She
her
was doing this
signature
kind of
number.
Ray of
Yeah,
Light. It wasn't Ray of Light, but she was doing some kind of a movement and.
and she does like a.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, Pearl, keep it avant-garde. I
Honey,
like it.
Put an E on the end. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Look at
Perle.
Look at her. Kennedy Davenport. Now, have you ever met Kennedy?
I have not met Kennedy, but she's very exciting to watching her perform.
Yes.
She is very, very exciting. And I think the type of performance that I've seen from her, and I'm sure she has a lot of different types, but that type is something that people in clubs really love seeing. If that's like something that will always go over well. Somebody that can dance really well, their body looks really great, the hair looks really great, they're really painted up. It's like, and I'm not trying to pigeonhole anybody, but it's a classic drag in the sense of it's high energy, it looks beautiful, it's relatable, and I think it's very marketable.
And it flips upside and down,
Yeah.
and it does death drops and splits.
Very marketable, and she seems like a really sweet person too.
Yeah,
so that's
she is a
good thing.
bringing it type of queen. I like it. Look at her.
Look at her.
Katya.
I didn't want to see her go home.
I know, and she was so likable.
She's very likable, and you know, I've seen some videos of her performing too, and she's like splits in the air and does all that, and like her lip sync for your life. I don't think everyone was prepared for that.
No,
because she kind of, you know, markets herself a little bit more like silly, but it was like hardcore. Like she gave her a run for her money.
she definitely. It's when Kennedy Davenport's like, I'm about to beat this bitch's ass. You know that's gonna be a battle. But I thought Katya kept
She
her
went
own.
in. She went in. Like
She's
her.
good. Look at her. Raja. Now, when did you meet Raja for the first time?
I met Raja before I did drag. I used to go to a show that she hosted on Sunday nights at a club called Oz Supper Club.
Oh.
It's an 18 and over place.
Oh,
and
my.
Yeah, she used to have another entertainer, a legendary entertainer from Southern California named Viva Sex.
Oh, yes.
Who would work with her as well. And the two of them put me in my first shows.
Oh, my.
My first paid shows anyway, because I used to do a lot of contests and stuff. But yeah, that's where we met. And
did you know she was going to show up in your season when you showed up?
I didn't know, but I knew like just prior to the door opening, because we're connected.
Right.
And I could
you
sense
can feel it.
I could sense it. But I honestly, I didn't. I think the only giveaway on my season was that, you know, you have to do a psychological evaluation.
A psychological evaluation, so in case you've had a psychological change in your life.
And so they have you separated from the other people that have an appointment at the same time with the doctor. And there was somebody with me, and I was like, try to keep your eye out, see who else it is, so we can figure out who might be coming. And we couldn't figure it out. All we heard was a black girl.
Okay.
I think it was Shangela, maybe.
Oh, all right then. Look at her. Manila. The fan, or what's going on? Ooh, bitch.
Manila has her brand. And her brand is black and white wigs.
Okay.
It's her brand. We all have our brand. You know what I mean? I like to wear flower sack pattern dresses. So I always harass her about her wigs because they're, you know, black and white.
You do not enjoy that?
No, I love them. I love them, but I always harass her, like, oh, are you gonna wear a streak to the party? That's kind of like the thing. But Manila is a promotional powerhouse. She knows how. I mean, you could bring essentially a pile of shit, and that's what she does with him. A pile of shit, and she could sell it.
Yes, I saw her do that live on stage at Battle of the Seasons.
Oh, okay.
She literally sold T-shirts on stage and made $200.
She will do it. She will do it. And she told me one time she was at the bank, and the guy said, "What are all these different checks for?" And she straight up said to the guy, "These are for T-shirts with my face on them. These are for people buying my music. These are for nightclub appearances." And I thought, bitch, you better do that.
Yes.
You better do that. Because when I go to the bank, I try to keep it real quiet. I'm like, I'm a stripper, that's it. And they believe me, you know. They know. They can see it.
They can tell.
You can see it.
Look at her.
Ooh.
The beauty and grace of Miss
So
Carmen
sexy.
Carrero.
So sexy and so beautiful. You know, I'm proud of her. The journey. I'm not on that journey.
Yes.
I don't know that journey.
It's a different thing.
But I do know that everybody wants to be valued, and I do know that if you're in that journey, you want to be referenced as a woman because she's a woman.
Yes.
And so I think when you're paving a road, it's going to be bumpy. And she's had her bumps along the way.
She certainly did.
And as we all have.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's not easy to forget things that happen.
Right.
I believe it is easy to forgive, because I can forgive a lot of people for a lot of things, but sometimes people don't forget things that happen, and they hold people accountable for a lot of things that were said in haste or without explanation.
Right.
And so I feel bad for that, but I don't feel bad for that body or that face or that hair.
No, or those modeling gigs or those
modeling
runway
gigs.
shows.
And I mean, some people think that when you are that beautiful, that things are just given to you. But she does work for those things, and she does network for those things, and she deserves those things.
Bravo. One last queen. Look at her.
Aww.
your gal Detox?
We are very, very connected.
Yes?
We are very connected. We celebrate birthdays together. We do a lot of fun things together. We've traveled a bit together, and we like spending quiet time together. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So there was like last Gay Pride, we rented a house in Palm Springs, and with all the stuff there was to do, it was just a bunch of us just hung out, barbecued at the house, watched TV. And it's those times where you realize that you enjoy somebody not just at the show, but you really, you know you're gonna know that person forever.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I know that, especially with her, like with all of our circle of friends that have been on Drag Race, there's just some people that are more popular than others. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you're valuable or less valuable. It just means that we know that she belongs to the world.
Yeah.
We all do a little bit, but she belongs to the world because people just love her. She's animated, she's colorful. You know, she makes people feel great. We all do it on a certain level, but some of us are a little more, some people think that I'm not a quiet person, but I am a very quiet person. And I like, you know, I'm a strip mall person. I don't like, that's me, you know, that's just who I am. And I'm a snide person, but I'm not an angry person and I'm not mad. I am just, somebody recently called me the Dolores Claiborne of drag.
Oh, I like that.
And I was like, I'll take that. I mean, other people have called me the Abby Lee Miller of drag.
Oh, how
I'll take that too.
All right.
But I can see the Dolores Claiborne and I like the reference and I appreciate it because I appreciate that character. But she is just somebody that she knows me and she knows, like she gets it. She gets it. And she has, in many instances, had to explain to people who have, you know, taken me out of context, explain like, look, this is not who you think this is.
Right.
And it means something.
God bless her.
Yeah.
God bless your sister.
Yeah,
Well, that has been Look at Her. Yes.